Is it doing it?
Yes, we are live. We are live. Hello, everybody. Good morning.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning to all of our tailgaters.
I saw some people tailgating this morning who are, depending on where they are, somebody was up at 4, somebody was up at 5 just for this.
Like, who are y'all?
I wouldn't even get up just for this. And I'm in this.
She was saying, listen, she was saying to me today before we got on, she's like, listen, can we start maybe a half hour later on Monday? Because I just want to sleep in like a half hour later. I'm like, that's fine. And then we saw somebody in here that is getting up at like 4 a.m. And I'm like, you should feel really bad about that.
I do now.
Yeah.
I do feel terrible because damn, you guys are more committed than I am.
Right. These tailgaters are hardcore. Yeah.
Natalie is up at 4 a.m.
Wow.
So is Lapis. Somebody, I missed the numbers, but so is, it's amazing. You guys.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I get up at 4:45, but I have to like get up. But my kid usually has swim practice. Well, she has swim practice some days, but we're just up in our house pretty early. But I don't know if there's anybody that I would get up for other than myself.
Right.
That's why I love y'all. I love you guys.
You guys are amazing. Seriously, amazing.
Totally.
And I saw that somebody mentioned mimosas, which is a perfect segue into our first story of the day.
Exactly.
So, Tropicana, who you may know from such things as orange juice, they decided they were going to do like this big campaign, which I thought was really clever.
It's brilliant.
Really, really clever. They used not like A-list stars, but like C-listers, Molly Sims, Jerry O'Connell, Gabrielle Union. They had them in this ad campaign where they had like secret hidden refrigerators in garages, if it was Jerry O'Connell, or like in a closet somewhere. And it would show them sneaking away from their family and all the stress and hullabaloo of the season to go and sneak a mimosa. And the campaign is called Take a Moment.
All right, so take a moment. And how do you know that I'm not taking a moment right now?
You don't know.
You don't know what's in here. You have no idea what's in here, y'all. You don't know. Nobody knows. I can say it's coffee, but you don't know.
You don't know.
Right? Mm-hmm.
And the whole idea was to tell adults, listen, you have a family to take care of. And before you can properly care for others, you need self-care. Take them a moment, right?
I think it's funny. If you have a sense of freaking humor, it's funny. Remember when people used to have senses of humor? Do you remember that?
I barely do. I barely remember that.
I know. You have to really think hard. Mm-hmm. But there was a time in this country when people were like, oh, yeah, it's funny, man.
Yeah. Back in the day.
Right.
So anyway, so they had like this cute little, like Molly Sims, for example, on her Instagram account, she posted this video that says, it's when you hide in your closet and you pretend like you have a hamper, but it's actually a mini fridge. It's so I can be a better mom, the best mom. I'm taking him a moment.
Right.
So, and like fine. O'Connell says, and he takes a drink out of his fake toolbox, which is actually a refrigerator. And he says, you can't take care of your family if you don't take care of yourself. Parents, you're juggling it all. Find the ultimate moment of brightness for yourself wherever, whenever, with the Tropicana mimosa. Take them a moment, help make your mornings a little brighter. It's a harmless,
It's
silly,
harmless.
Fun.
It's funny. Okay, so then who got pissed?
Everybody got mad. Everybody that's like in the outrage,
except for like the 4 people that still have senses of humor.
Except for us, right?
Right.
Except for this group of people.
Because I'd be like, it's funny. And then I'd move on with my day.
Right. Because you're normal.
Because normal people do this. Mm-hmm.
No, there were a whole big mess of people. In fact, there was like several groups and social media users who mounted their own like counter campaign, if you will, to complain about the ad, saying that it encourages addiction.
Oh my God. People get a grip. Like, oh my God. These people have way too much time on their hands. I'm convinced. Like, what is it? Who are these people that do this? How do they have this much time?
I know.
I don't have that much time. Like, I would be like, okay, I'm irritated about that. Do I want to like start a huge campaign against it? I don't have time. I barely have time to shower in the morning. Like what? My God.
You need a moment.
I need a moment. Exactly. Good Lord.
So ultimately, all three of those celebrities ended up pulling their ads, and Tropicana had to release an apology, which says, and I quote, "We want to apologize to anyone who is disappointed in or offended by our recent campaign. The intent behind it was in no way meant to imply that alcohol is the answer or to make light of the struggles of addiction.
Oh my God.
While we believed that we were bringing the Take Him a Moment program to life in the right way through a message of positivity and balance mixed with levity, we hear the feedback that for some we've missed the mark. Accordingly, we're ceasing any further activity in support of the campaign. We value your comments and perspectives, blah, blah, blah." I mean, it's ridiculous.
Again, these are the same people who applaud Cardi B's WAP.
Exactly. I mean, it's just utter nonsense.
I just can't. Insane. They're offended by that.
Joe Biden finally decided to answer a question about his son Hunter. Now, of course, it had to come from Stephen Colbert. He had to be in very, very friendly territory.
Oh, of course. Of course. Because he gets all the fawning and all the butt kissing and everything on Colbert's show. I was listening to this morning as I was getting ready. I heard about this whole... They said exactly what he said about his son. And
I have the quote.
Say the quote, because I laughed out loud to myself when I heard this. When you do that, it's bad.
He said, and I quote, "I think it's kind of foul play, but look, it is what it is, and he's a grown man. He is the smartest man I know. I mean, from a pure intellectual capacity. And as long as he's good, we're good."
Oh my God.
What the hell does that mean?
He's the smartest guy that you know. We are screwed, you guys. If that's the smartest guy that Joe Biden knows, seriously, in essence, essentially, this guy is set to be the leader of the free world. If that's the smartest guy that he knows, we are effed. Seriously.
He's had to walk some of that back because he had to apologize to basically the Department of Justice because for him to say it's foul play, the DOJ is like, no, it isn't. We're going to investigate your son.
Right. They're in the process of an investigation. So
which they have been for a couple of years. And for him to pretend he's not known about that.
Yeah.
Okay, Joe. Yeah, so he's now clarifying and saying, no. I wasn't referring to the investigation itself. I just mean Republicans who are like pouncing on this as if it's a story. Well, it kind of is.
It is. And who didn't make it a story? The mainstream, the whole American media didn't make it a story because they're in your pocket. Oh my God. He's the most intelligent guy I know.
The most infuriating thing was when I saw there was like some poll that said because now there's text messages that have come out showing that Joe was really, really more involved than he'll let on. And there's a poll that and I know we don't care about polls, but this one just really pissed me off, that said 10% of Biden voters, Biden voters were asked, did you know about this? And now that you do, would it have changed your vote? 10% said they would not have voted for Biden if they would have known about this story. Yeah. And so there you go. Google, Facebook, Twitter, the media, they were all in this together.
Yeah. I mean, they totally, they screwed up the entire election. They did. But I mean, how dumb do you have to be to not understand that this was a thing? I mean, I look at those people, that 10%, and I kind of want to punch them all in the face.
I know.
Because how did you not know? This guy's he's been in office basically for 47 years. How do you not know that? How are you that dumb? I mean, it's seriously that 10%, how do you not know? You don't have to be a brain surgeon to figure this stuff out. How do you not see the signs of this? How do you not figure that out on your own? Are we that dumb as a society where people can't critically think at all and they look so blindly to our media, who is a propaganda machine, that they look just like lock, step, and barrel? They have to look to see who to vote for. That concerns me, that 10% is so like on a pivot. Yeah. That they're like, oh yeah, if I would have just known this one story, then I wouldn't have voted for Biden. Really?
I mean,
You're that dumb? Like, what is wrong with you?
Ridiculous.
Oh my God, I have tidal wave insurance. I'll sell you in Indiana. Call me.
In news of hypocrisy today, we've got constant examples of mayors and governors saying one thing and then doing the other. And now the latest example comes from Rhode Island, where the Democrat governor there, Gina Raimondo, I don't even know if I'm saying that right. I don't care.
You're pretty good. That was pretty good. I mean, I have no idea if it's right, but it sounded
no
good.
idea.
Sounded really sounded good.
Raimondo.
Yeah.
So she discouraged, this was several days ago, she discouraged people from participating in inessential activities because of coronavirus. She really just wants everybody to stay home except for essential activities, she says, and wear a mask anytime you're with people that you don't live with.
Totally. I mean, this is what they all say. I mean, you guys don't live your lives, okay? If and all these government officials, governors, mayors are all saying, don't live your life. I mean, don't do that. Don't live your lives. Don't have Christmas. Don't do any of these things. No, don't.
So when a photograph came out yesterday of her participating in a wine and paint night
oh, God.
without a mask,
that is really strange.
You can imagine.
I'm shocked and dismayed by this. I'm shocked. Are you shocked?
I mean, 4 days. She lasted 4 days following her own rule.
I'm surprised she wasn't in Mexico. Giving us a video from Mexico saying, "Hooray!" with like a sombrero on and like drinking the wine. Yeah.
To prove how, like, what sheep Democrat followers of hers and anybody else's are, the way that they're defending this is by saying, look at her supporting small business.
Oh my God. That's how they spin it. That's how they spin it. That? God, these people are just such dumbasses. I just can't. These are is that the 10% who would have been like, if I would have heard that story, I would have maybe not voted for Biden. Really? Okay.
I mean, can you even?
No, I can't. I mean, it's crazy. You guys, this is happening so much where these people have these giant power pants on and they're telling you what to do, and then they don't do the things that they're telling you to do. How much are we going to take of this? It's like we talked about in a previous podcast where, the toothpaste is out of the tube. You can't put the toothpaste back in. Once they start taking your rights away, they're not going to give them back to you.
Right.
So there is never going to be a time, I don't think, it's just my personal opinion, I don't think there's ever going to be a time where they're going to say, okay, you guys don't have to wear masks anymore. I think we're always going to have to wear masks.
No, don't say that.
Well, I just feel that way, because when is government going to say, all right, well, you guys can have your rights back? Yay.
We want to hand back some of our power.
Right.
No,
I just don't think that that's going to happen. And so it's a little bit infuriating because I think people think that. People think, oh, well, government's so benevolent, they're going to do that. They're not going to do that. And so we are in charge of that. We're in charge of these people. They are our employees. People forget that. People forget that every minute of every day. We used to say that all the time on the show, right? I mean, we pay these people salaries. We employ them. Don't forget that. Don't forget that.
In other news, there was a big giant drug bust at University of North Carolina and Duke. Apparently 21 students were involved in like a massively large scale drug operation.
Wow.
Where they were like shipping more than $1.5 million worth of marijuana and coke and other drugs too, like from California, and selling it on campus, and they were making a killing on this.
So they were using their business skills. I feel like, they were using were they all business students? It begs the question, were these business students? Were these economics?
That's a
students?
Good question. I don't know if they say. They were all part of fraternities that included Phi Gamma Delta, Kappa Sigma, and Beta Theta Pi. And then this was the two colleges that are about 10 miles apart from one another. And it was going on between 2017 and 2020, but the investigation started in 2018. And then like some of these kids have already graduated and some of them are now in trouble. I mean, like some of them now they're already doing time. I mean, it's it was a big bust.
Wow, that is craziness.
I know. Isn't that nuts?
Like what kind of drugs? You're talking marijuana, what else?
And coke, and then it just said other drugs. So I don't know what the others.
Okay.
But definitely coke. Definitely cocaine.
Interesting. Very, very interesting. All right.
I have a video to play for you, and I know you will love it. There's no question about you loving it. The question is, how many of our tailgaters and stuff are going to recognize some of these amazing songs? So for those of you who didn't listen to the Chicks on the Right radio show way back in the day, like way back.
Like 2013, you guys.
Yeah.
2013, when we first had our Saturday show. That was when we first started. We did that for what, like 6 months before we got on Drive Time?
Yeah. Because it was April through August. So not even.
Right.
Yeah. And so we used to make our producer play the song Blurred Lines, Robin Thicke's Blurred Lines, like all the time. We were obsessed with that song. And so when I came across this video, I was like, it was the biggest treat, because not only is that song used as the underlying song, but there's a guy that is about to mash that song up with like 6 other songs that you will also love and that you know and love. And it's amazing how it works. So it's just 60 seconds of pure magic. Are you ready?
I'm ready for this jelly. Are you guys ready? It's a Friday treat.
It's a Friday treat. Okay, here we go.
Let's hear something. 2 trailer park girls go round the outside, round the outside, round the outside. It's been 1 week since you looked at me. Cocked your head to the side, said, okay. 5 days since you laughed at me. So get back together, come back and see. Hey, really, won't you give me a sign? I can't anything to make you mind. I'll do your business.
Turn it so I can see it. Here we go.
That honky tonk, the talking cup. Well, I like it, I love it, I want some more of it. Well, it's a trick to rock, let's rock on time, it's tricky. Yep, it's tricky. See you to the window, to the wall.
Isn't that amazing? That was really great.
I loved it. I loved every minute. I wish it was like the whole song. I wish he just went on and on and on forever.
I especially like the Earth, Wind, and Fire.
I know, and it just comes out of nowhere.
Yeah, that was really great. To the window, to the wall.
It's just the greatest. People are so creative.
Oh my God.
I mean, I know that there were some people that got really mad that I TikTok, which, by the way, I should clarify. I do not post anything on TikTok. I'm just a lurker, but I know people are mad.
She's there. She's just there to poach. That's all she's there for.
I'm just there because stuff like that just entertains me so much. And then I just have to share it, right? Because I just get like, that's 60 seconds of joy, you know?
Right.
And I'm sorry. I'm sorry that China now knows about my Facebook page, but whatever. Right. Like I got joy from that.
China knows everything. People want to know who that is. They want.
I have no idea. I mean, I can look at the name. Account.
Tell them the account so they can watch it again.
It's Cooper Allen 1.
Okay.
But I don't think that's the guy. No, the guy that's actually doing the singing is Cordial Cactus is the handle.
Cordial Cactus.
Cordial Cactus.
There you go.
Is the guy that does the actual mashup. But he doesn't even have any content on his personal account, but that's just who's in that video. So isn't that fantastic?
It is fantastic. I love it. I love stuff like that. I absolutely love stuff like that. All right. So I have a question for you.
Yes.
If you are given the chance to take the vaccine, are you going to take it?
Not until next year.
Really?
Like late next year.
Seriously?
Yeah. I probably would take it just late next year. Because I feel like nobody really knows how long antibodies last. So I'm just going to kind of assume I'm okay for the next 6 months or so.
Because you had it. Now, if you wouldn't have had COVID, would you have taken it?
In April, like when everybody's probably going to be eligible.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess I'll want to see how everybody that's taking it now does over the next few months. And then I probably would. Again, I've eaten a lot of cheese, you know, I've put a lot of cheese into my body, American slices. Yesterday, I had a Swiss cake roll. Who knows what's in that?
I mean, right. I know.
So-
Like I've eaten a lot of Little Debbie stuff in my life too. And that stuff is like, it has a shelf life of, I think, like what, 450 years. So,
Right.
I mean, if you think about it, it's like, really, if I have that, I could probably have the vaccine, you know?
Are you going to get it?
I mean, I'd probably take the vaccine. I mean, I'm one of those. I used to work in pharmaceuticals. I feel like it's fine. I'd take the vaccine. My thing is I know this sounds terrible. I probably shouldn't say this out loud, but there's a part of me that's like, why haven't I gotten COVID yet? Like what? What is it with me? I have a crap immune system. You know me.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm utterly shocked that in what, almost a year, I haven't gotten COVID. I'm shocked because
you should get your antibodies tested, like test for antibodies.
Like maybe I had it and I just don't realize that I had it. I am utterly shocked because you and I went into the office every day. We were every day. We were considered like, what are they, essential people. We did that for what, 7 months? We went and we never stopped. We never stopped. I was around people all the time. I've been on a plane like 4 times in the past year. I mean, it's like I am shocked. Every time I got on a plane, like in the past couple of years, I would get the freaking flu or I'd get some sort of bug. You know me. It's like I would be wiping stuff down with Lysol before COVID. I mean, it's like, it's not that I'm a germaphobe. It's just that I always get the things if I travel or whatever. I'd get like the flu or I get a cold or I get something. And so I'm just shocked I haven't gotten it. I'm like, what the heck? I mean, it's like I got people all around me are dropping and getting it.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, what? I don't understand what's happening, God. What are you doing? Like, why haven't I gotten it? So maybe there's a part of me that thinks that maybe I had it like last November, December, because my husband and I were really sick. And maybe I do have antibodies and I just don't know it. So I probably should get the test.
And you can now, like they do the antibody tests all over the place. Like you could easily get one.
Right.
Just to know, I mean, it's probably worth knowing, you know?
Right. I just need to it.
Joe Exotic is suing the Trump administration for not hearing his pardon.
Can he do that? I mean, I guess you can sue for anything, right? You can sue for anything, but whether or not they actually allow the case to come to fruition is another thing. I mean, there's a lawyer that's like, oh, sure, I'll take that.
Well, the thing is when I saw the headline, I was like, seriously, Tiger King, calm down. Like your case is not worthy of pardon. I'm sorry, but it's just not. So, but then I read the story and I was like, oh, well, maybe he does kind of have a case. So he's suing the U.S. Justice Department for rejecting his request because he's saying that since it wasn't presented to Donald Trump himself, the rejection itself is not valid. And so that is what he is suing. He wants his request to be seen by Trump's eyeballs. And then if Trump says no, then fine. But because Trump hasn't even seen the request, he is suing to get him to see it.
That's just the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
But I suppose if you're like Tiger King, you know, you're going to do everything you can.
I don't think that Trump has seen our website. Can we sue him for that? I really like for him to look at our website. We should get a lawyer and we should sue.
I don't think that's exactly the same.
Is it not? Is it not the same?
I don't think that's really
people are saying. Somebody said that I'm jealous that I haven't gotten the Rona. I don't think that it's not that I'm jealous. I don't think.
What a weird way to say that.
I think you missed the point on what I was trying to say. Also, the supplement thing. People are writing a bunch of supplements. I take so many vitamins every day, and so maybe that's what it is. And I take so much vitamin D, you guys. And I've heard
I take vitamin D every single day.
But I take a ton of it from my bones. I take so much vitamin D and calcium, and I take so many vitamins. So maybe the vitamin thing has something to do with it. Maybe they'll find, like in 20 years, they'll look back and say, if you took this, blah, blah, blah. And I'm also type O. I'm also blood type O. People are saying that. Maybe something has to do with blood type O because I'm a universal donor. This is
I am
all
A
the things that people are saying in the comments are very interesting. All these things. This is all very interesting. I have to go back and read all these comments. Anyway.
I know they go too fast. I'm an A positive, so I don't know if that has anything.
You are an A positive, aren't you? You are. You're so A positive.
Somebody's asking what I sit on to make me laugh so hard. It's just a chair. I'm just sitting on a regular old chair.
No, I think that they mean something else. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
I'm generally a happy person and I can't help it. What else did I see that I wanted to tell you about today?
There's a bunch of stuff on Daily Mail.
I know. There were so many things that it was overwhelming to me.
Yeah, there was a bunch of stuff that there was a bunch of follow-up on Tom Cruise. Man, that was splashed all over Facebook yesterday. They were totally trashing him. I wonder how his PR people are going to handle that. All the Tom Cruise hullabaloo.
I know. But
Right.
the big story is about how there was this Russian hack, right? It's gone undetected for 9 months. And so Russia has had access to the Pentagon, the FBI, the Treasury, the State Department, nuclear security agencies, and top secret nuclear labs here in the country. Russia hackers have had access to all of that for 9 months, and we didn't even know it until just now.
Undetected. Completely undetected.
Yeah.
Okay, but yet, they can know everything about us, and they have all of this like intelligence on us, but yet they can't figure out where like a Russian hack is. That makes me, I don't understand. Like,
because
how can they not know?
They were able to get, and this is unbelievable to me. Somehow the hackers were able to trick a cybersecurity expert into divulging his 2-step verification, whatever credentials.
It had to have been a woman. It was.
I just unplugged myself.
It was a woman, and all she had to do was just like bat her eyelashes, and she was like, "You're cute."
What's your 2-step?
Yeah, can I have the 2? Can I have it? Thank you.
But this is absolutely amazing, and now we don't even know. We won't know. It could be years before we know the impact, right?
Oh, that's
it could
great.
be years, because who knows? I mean, they know everything. Like they literally know all of our secrets. There was nothing they didn't have access to.
That's just fantastic.
And the nuclear stuff is terrifying. You know what I mean?
Somebody just said it was Fang Fang.
Man, she's skilled. I'll just say that.
That's what. See, that's the thing. It could have been somebody like Fang Fang. It probably was a woman. That's all it takes is a woman to get in there and have the skills. You know what I mean? That's the thing. It takes one woman.
Speaking of COVID, Emmanuel Macron has it.
Oh,
President
really?
Macron. Yeah.
Macron.
And it's really bad.
Is that the one with the older wife?
Yes. And it's bad because he literally just got done like hugging and shaking hands with a bunch of foreign dignitaries and leaders. And the very next day he tested positive, and he has a fever, cough, and fatigue. He's got a medical officer at his bedside. And so,
wait, what is he doing shaking hands with all these big people? Why is he doing that? If they're telling everybody else to not do it, why is he not staying in his like castle, wherever the hell he lives?
Well, now he's saying, I shouldn't have shaken their hands.
Really? You think maybe you shouldn't have done that? I mean, all these world leaders have been yapping about staying 6 feet apart and telling all of us to not do the things. Why are they doing the things?
I know. Oh my gosh. This story just breaks my heart. So there's a man, a 58-year-old man. He lives on a street where he parks on the street, right? He parks on the street, and a snowplow, and this is like in New York, right, where they just had the blizzard. He's in his car getting ready to leave. A snowplow comes by, buries his car. Okay, buries it completely under the snow. He is trapped there for 10 hours before they realize, oh crap. So he was treated for hypothermia, treated for frostbite, and he called that, like someone called 911 and they couldn't find him. The problem is that they could not find his car. And so I just can't believe the story. I mean, can you imagine like being,
is he okay?
He's okay. Yeah.
Okay.
He's okay. But can you imagine like being in your car and then all of a sudden just getting buried and there's nothing you can do?
New York.
I mean, what the hell?
New York, man.
I could not believe that story.
Oh my God. And he's how old?
58.
Okay. He's not like super old. God, that's terrible. This was the thing. I remember because when I lived in Chicago, we used to park on the street. This is what you did when I was, because my roommate, when I lived downtown Chicago, I lived in Roscoe Village, which is like a little borough of Chicago, and she sold her car because you didn't need a car. If you work downtown, you didn't need a car. You could just walk to the train station, take the train downtown, whatever. And that's what she did. So she sold her car. I kept my car. I had a little VW Bug. And I could park that thing anywhere. And so I would park it.
You could park anything anywhere.
That's
you
right.
have master parking skills.
If y'all know me for any amount of time, like I always park Mock's car. I used to do that but I would park that little Bug in like the tiniest of spaces. But that's what people do, is that they park on the street. And there were times where the snow would like get pretty crazy and the snow plows would come and stuff like that. But man, I can't, like, that gives me nightmares.
I know.
I can't imagine. That's crazy.
Talk about claustrophobia, man.
Oh my God. Yeah. And what if you forgot, his phone?
I know. I mean, so many what ifs, right? I mean, 10 hours he sat there with no heat.
Oh my God.
No, nothing. He's just freezing in his car.
There were times when I'd run out there without a coat on. I just go out there in my jammies and my boots and like repark the car and stuff, you know?
Oh my God.
Oh my God, what a nightmare. That's so terrible.
I know. Yeah. Okay. We need to talk about next week because next week is going to be crazy. So I am leaving town on Tuesday. So Tuesday, there will definitely not be any kind of show, any kind of video.
She's on her way to warmth, you guys, in Tucson.
And then Wednesday, there could be a show, but we have no idea at what time.
That's right. It's going to probably be just impromptu. So it's not going to be set. It's just going to be impromptu. So Monday, it's probably going to be around 7:30 instead of 7. Tuesday, there will be no show. Wednesday, it's going to be impromptu. Mm-hmm. Thursday and Friday, we're going to be off because of family and it's Christmas and everybody should be dealing with their families and not looking at us.
Yeah, take them a moment, you guys.
Hey, for real. Take them a moment, be with your family. And then next Saturday and Sunday, we'll probably get on and do some stuff, and it also will be impromptu. And then the following week, we'll get back to like, man.
Well, no, because I'm not coming back until Tuesday.
Yeah.
So Saturday, Sunday, Monday, there could be videos, and again, I just don't know when.
It'll be impromptu.
Yeah. So we won't really be back until really the first of the year, because even the week of New Year's, I'm still going to be off and not really interested in waking up super early.
Yeah. We won't be back to normal, but we'll still be doing videos. Yeah. It's just, we won't be back to this schedule until the first of the year, but we're going to be around and we're going to be doing videos like this tomorrow. We're going to be together.
Yeah.
And we're going to be doing stuff, but we're still going to be around. You're going to still see us. And we'll still have podcasts and stuff going out. It's just that it won't be at the set time.
Right.
But yeah, so this is like the last set day.
It's going to be the last day that people can really tailgate. Right. I mean, unless you and I are able to coordinate in advance a couple hours, then we can give people some notice.
We can give you guys a heads up. Yeah.
Yeah. Like if we know, say on Wednesday, if we talk and we like set a time a few hours in the future, then we can like post something saying, hey, we're going to be doing our thing.
Right.
So we'll try to do that. It's just that I have no idea what's going to be going on, and the time change is going to be squirrely. So there's just a lot of factors.
Yeah. So we'll miss you guys, but we hope you guys have a Merry Christmas, and we hope you guys have a Happy New Year. We're going to talk to you a little bit before then, I'm sure. But you guys, it's going to be great to have 2020 in the past.
God, forever. Oh my God.
Oh my God. I'm like so excited to have this freaking year over. I cannot even tell you.
Need it to be over. Everybody needs it to be over. It's just the worst year in the history of years.
Right.
For all the reasons. Right. It just sucks.
And I'm excited about Christmas because I have a 10-year-old, and Christmas is still really magical in my house. So I'm excited about that. And I hope everybody has a wonderful Christmas too. So everybody enjoy that. And we'll talk to you before then, and it'll just be impromptu. So bring it in. And we'll talk to you tomorrow too.
Definitely tomorrow.
So we'll see everybody tomorrow. Okay. Have a great Friday.